Brad Johnson in Modesto with the Independent Media Center for Critical Mass. Tell us all about it.
Hi, this is Doug with Critical Mass. Critical Mass is whatever you want it to be. It's reclaiming public space. It's promoting alternative forms of transportation, existing in an unhierarchical structure. Just having fun in a way that is not degrading to the environment or your fellow travelers.
What do you think about the price of gas going up 30 cents the last 2 weeks?
I think it really sucks, considering that we have in front of us alternatives that are very viable for alternative means other than dead dinosaurs. So we have the alternatives in front of us because of the hold that the capitalist system has on goods and services. We're basically stuck. So we need to break out of that, and this is part of that.
So what are you expecting to happen today? Do you have a route? We're here at Brennan Theater. It's Friday at 5 o'clock. You know, I hit a traffic jam on the way over here. I didn't think I was going to make it. Luckily, I made it down the highway 5 miles in 15 minutes. It's about average at this time of day, especially on a Friday.
Yeah, the congestion in this town is like really bad. I mean, all over the Central Valley. I mean, we're getting more urban sprawl because people are coming in from the Bay Area. Things are moving out, and just the highways are getting more and more clogged up. I mean, the forefathers of Modesto did not envision that there were going to be this many people in this town. So things are getting really bad, and it's taking a huge, insane amount of time from getting from one place to the other.
I understand there's going to be some food at the end of the ride. Tell us about that food program.
Yeah, Modesto Food Not Bombs is going to be feeding at the end of this ride. So come join us.
Well, notice the sheriff was here a little bit ago. There seemed to be concerned that you might be blocking traffic somehow. What's the point of that?
We're not blocking traffic. We are traffic. So we're not going to be blocking traffic completely. We're going to be taking out part of the street. So I mean, we're not going to be clogging it any more than the cars are already clogging it.
Okay, Critical Mass in Modesto. Thanks for watching. Coming up on 5 o'clock, and a bike action. Tell us about it and why you're here.
Well, actually, I heard about it through the internet, and I'm not really sure if I'm for or against it yet because I want to see where it goes. I'm for bike access, but these have a tendency to get very political in directions that I'm not really in favor of. So this will determine whether I come back next month or not, how this one goes. Well, I'm very active in the cycling community in the area. I don't represent, but I'm a member of the Trail Riders of Greater Stanislaus. I'm a member of the Stanislaus Mohawk cycling team. I'm also associated with the Stanislaus County Bike Club, and so I know a lot of cyclists in the area, and a lot of them have hundreds of miles a month.
Do you commute with your bicycle, or is it?
I live 3 blocks from work, so it's not even worth the commute. I purposely chose to live close to where I work.
That's great. That's great. There's 32,000 people going to San Francisco every day from our county that didn't make that connection yet.
Yeah, but I was born and raised in a local town, and I chose to work in that local town, and for the very reason. And I couldn't spend my life sitting in a car hours every day. It's a waste of my life.
Exactly.
But
tell me about your bike hardware a little bit for people who might be interested.
This is a Bianchi single speed. It's still muddy from my last ride. My favorite little part right here is the part that says cars are coffins. Because basically, I mean, it's multi-level there. I mean, how much of your life do you waste sitting in a car?
Exactly.
And how many lives do cars take?
What about
I'm here because our government is advocating a series of automobiles that is becoming increasingly dangerous for ourselves and for our environment, and I don't want to buy into it. I don't want to be a part of it. The SUVs that are taking over the Central Valley are unnecessary and ridiculous. They're 4-wheel drive vehicles that don't need to be in 2-wheel drive lanes. The gas prices that we're experiencing now are a hardship for those of us who have automobiles, who use them to go on vacation, to go to the grocery store, but not for around town traffic. And I don't feel that I should have to be paying these high prices because of a monopoly that has been imposed by our government. So I'm simply here because I want to let people in my community know that there are alternative forms of transportation, and there are people out there who don't think that what's going on right now is right, and that they're not alone, and that they can come out and ride their bikes with us and make a statement just like all of us that are here today. Iraq and no blood for oil, but there's a lot more that's here domestic at home that people seem to forget, and it just really frustrates me, and I don't want to buy into it.
What do you think about the sound pollution caused by the large pickups and SUVs in our area?
Well, that's a huge problem because, first of all the young kids that buy these huge trucks and then lift them and put these mud flaps and have these snow tires and mudding tires that aren't even designed to be driven on asphalt roads, they're incredibly loud, and they're also very dangerous. If these tires were to blow out on a road, a vehicle at that height and of that weight would very easily wipe out multiple cars surrounding it. And so not only is it loud, the engines are loud, the tires are loud, everything about them is loud, but it's also really dangerous for the people who are trying to drive economy cars around vehicles like that.
I used to think it was really cool when I was 14 years old to have a loud car, but I've kind of grown out of that.
Well, you can have, like classic show cars and stuff. People are going to have those. Those are traditional. It's part of the hot rod culture. It's part of the going against the mainstream thing. I can understand why people have an obsession with loud cars, but there's no reason why they should be driven on our streets anymore. It's unnecessary. There should be easily attained public transportation.
Dave, and I'm here today to bring attention to the job-to-housing imbalance out here in the Central Valley. We have double-digit unemployment, yet 50 years ago the car was a symbol of freedom, and now everybody's stuck on 580 trying to get to a job in the Bay Area, and then they come back home to the cheap housing over here. It's no longer a symbol of freedom.
It's kind of the opposite, huh?
Yeah, it's actually become the opposite. It's a cage, and it's become an economic burden for the people as well.
Yeah. Have you noticed the price of gasoline jumping up about 20 cents a gallon in the last 2 weeks?
I did notice that, and I also noticed the Shell shutting down a refinery, so it should even get higher.
Yeah, they say that allegedly the refineries are shut down for maintenance. That's the same thing they said when we had the power blackouts,
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's allegedly shut down for maintenance, probably. Also, the OPEC has had a 10% production cut. We haven't heard about that in the news. We've been busy being bombarded with the same-sex marriage issue, which really doesn't affect that many people. But the real issue is that OPEC is mad at the United States, and they've cut production by 10%.
Is that right? Well, I can believe it. Yeah, they've got plenty of reason to be mad. I was going to say, this is shifting to bikes and shifting to sustainable transportation is homeland security. If we can stop our dependence on foreign oil, then it's homeland security.
Great point. Great point. Is there anything you'd like to say to the motorists that you see on the road when you're trying to enjoy yourself on a bike?
Yeah, it's time to end our foolish ways, and we're not here against you. We're just here to bring attention to the issue, and we hope to see you again in the future on a bike.
Maybe it's a car, not a phone booth?
Yeah, well, safety's always a concern, and it's going to be a concern for us today, I'm sure.
What's your biggest gripe about four-wheel vehicles when you're out on your bicycle?
Actually, my biggest gripe is just the fuel efficiency. It's a luxury item. It's a status symbol. Very few people actually need one.
Biking activities in our area? Are you involved in a club or a bike shop or anything?
No, I'm not. I'm involved with Food Not Bombs and Direct Action Anti-Authoritarians in Modesto.
Tell us a little bit about that. That's kind of a new group here, and I kind of know a little bit about it, and I made the mistake of asking who's in charge, and that's probably not the right question.
No, there's nobody in charge. It's like I said, it's anti-authoritarian. It's probably our common thread is that it's all anti-capitalist. But it's you have people of an anarchist nature, but not everybody there is anarchist. It's mostly people that have come together and decided that direct action is more effective than just writing to your legislators and voting. I think most of us still do that, but we're also involved in a little bit more. And this is just one more thing we're doing.
I know I've written and emailed and called my legislatures and trying to get more diversity in the media, and I get no respect and no return phone calls and no cooperation. And I've seen them actually be lobbied by the national broadcasters and not listen at all to the community broadcasters. So I think we need multiple tactics: direct action, voting, and running for office ourselves.
Yeah, absolutely. If writing letters and voting made the difference, then we would see the change. But unfortunately, it's not enough pressure. So this puts pressure on the state, and it will react in one way, shape, or form, and then we'll have to gauge it and move again from there.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks for your time.
Okay, since we're turning left on Needham, everyone needs to remember to follow traffic laws as much as possible. It would be safer and I think more legal for all of us to stay in the right-hand lane on our way to Needham, but that also means that we're all going to have to merge over into the left lane on J Street. Now, if we can get a general consensus from everyone who feels safe and legal traveling down J Street in the left lane. I think if we all stay in the same lane, that would be safe. But I think that everyone should agree whether or not that's what we're gonna do, because it would be terrible if some of us got separated and cars started getting in between us, and then J Street could be a real disaster if we don't do it safely. So, does anybody have any ideas on what would be a safer mode of transportation down J Street, or should we just all stay in the right-hand lane?
All the way. Just keep everybody together, and everybody knows if you follow the rules of the road, you're breaking no law. That's the idea behind the rules.
Should we be in the left lane or the right lane?
Probably in the right lane and then merge over.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Left lane, right lane, and merge over.
I
really enjoy watching every weekend.
Are you watching?
Yeah.
Do you watch the channel, the public access channel Friday and Saturday night, or Saturday and Sunday night?
Yeah, I get confused every time.
That's great, man. Hey, you know, we got a website now. We're collaborating with San Francisco for space on a website.
Cool.
So we have a website where you can go and write up your own news too. And thanks for telling me you enjoy it, because you know I only hear about the people who don't enjoy it. People want to sue me over what I put on. So, so I'm glad somebody's enjoyed it.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Thank you.
You guys ready? Hey, hey, how are you? Good, how you doing? We'll see.
Yeah. Down south quite a bit. Still running?
Yeah, well, I can. More spacing. Wow.
Yeah. What do you get?
Let me see your arm. That's
Taking one for the team.
hang on. There we go. A little rash there.
I'll show off the sticker
Did you hit a rock?
No, I hit the asphalt.
Oh!
So did you miss the big rig try to run us
I was right behind you guys.
yeah,
What was the big rig guy saying? I could just about see him in his mirror.
Yeah,
He's-
But he was spitting at. I talked to the guy. He said it didn't actually hit him, so we're not going to do anything.
That's when the talk.
But he was spitting at
Would go
people.
get him.
I got his
I
license.
swear I thought he was going to hit me, and then he was driving past and he was yelling at. I can't even find him now. There was someone that was saying something to him about, we have the right of way because we're in the lane, and he was like yelling that we're stupid idiots. And
If he's in a hurry, he shouldn't have been on 9th Street.
I know. And I was all, we're motorists. We're motorists too. And he was all, well, then you need to use your hand signals. And from what I could see, everybody was.
I saw a lot of people give him a hand signal.
So I don't know what that was. That was fun.
All right.
Oh man, I'm so hot right now.
That was funny.
That was pretty good.
I think that was not bad for a first try.
I think it was great. We had a lot of people
Why don't
turn
you
out.
just set it up and we're just going to talk about how crazy it is.
What's cooking, Doug?
Liberated fake sausage.
Fake sausage? So it's of a vegetarian design?
I don't know if you see the
That smells pretty good.
It's just fake meat.
No, it's
That whole thing is fake meat.
I don't see the monstrosity.
Brad Johnson reporting for the Independent Media Center. I'm here at Tower Park in Modesto at the end of Critical Mass, first attempt here in Modesto. We're at Tower Street Park, and they're providing food. Food Not Bombs is a group that advocates food for everyone, because food does grow on trees.